Please a warm welcome, Scott Olson. Scott.
All right, so I'm going to use my cheat slides because I can't read and I can't see. I can't even see that. But pleasure to meet everyone. It's been great meeting the folks that we've met thus far. In case I forget, I really want to introduce two colleagues of mine. Boy, is that light blinding. Two colleagues, Michelle, Elle, and we're Dstillery. So want to focus on our brand new custom patient targeting solution, but I'm not sure if everybody knows who we are or what we do. But essentially, Dstillery offers targeting solutions to power programmatic advertising. We're the leaders in building targeting solutions. Why? Because we're backed by data science. Data science is at the core of who we are, what we do, and we have 16 patents over 15 years in order to prove that. So this expertise really allows us to build your brand's very own predictive model customized for the performance your brand needs today. So we launched our ID-free custom AI solution about a year and a half ago with the idea of everybody else had, right? What happens when the third-party cookie goes away? So we're going to be moving from that world that is close to 60% of browsers addressable by third-party cookies, right, to less than 15% of the inventory out there within the open exchange will have that new logged-in identifier tag to it. So the question that we always like to ask is, you know, what do you do with that other 80 to 90% of the IDs out or patients out there without any ID, any cookie, any identifier, right? There are some other solutions out there, but what we hear, you know, some of our partners tell us that they can't get these solutions to scale. So we launched our ID-free solution. It caught on really, really quickly across all the major holdcos. And what we realized equally as quickly was the life science industry really leaned in the most because of its privacy centricity. So our custom patient targeting has evolved out of our ID-free solution. Slide. All right, cool. So here's a challenge. I don't think I'm sharing anything novel here, but healthcare brands want to achieve more precise direct consumer targeting, but face a lot of strict data requirements. Healthcare wrestles with all the rules on the right-hand side from NAI, DSPs, limits on first-party data, right? And face a lot of strict data requirements. So healthcare, these requirements have really meant a lot fewer options in the marketplace and have ultimately presented a precision problem. So healthcare brands are wasting time, they're wasting money, they're wasting impressions, but mostly they're wasting conversions by targeting people who aren't their prospective patients. So what we're aiming for here with our new solution, a lot less data waste and a lot more precision. And 2023 has brought additional challenges with the new privacy laws enacted in the 4 states, with companies really having to rethink, you know, what is in place as to not be in violation of what is considered sensitive data. But Dstillery's custom patient targeting solution doesn't rely on any user-based targeting, so we can ensure compliance with all the 2023 privacy laws. Slide. And we like to say the solution, or I like to say the solution. And that's why we created, super excited to introduce you to Dstillery's custom patient targeting powered by real-world data and Dstillery's patented ID-free technology, specifically for the brands facing the challenges that I just shared on the slide previous. So custom patient targeting is part of Dstillery's suite of identity-free targeting solutions. Our new product is a patient targeting solution that helps healthcare brands drive optimal patient outcomes and minimize that common theme of data waste. Slide. Super important here, slide for, if nothing else, love the takeaway to be the 3 things we want to remember about custom patient targeting. From left to right, it's precise, it's custom, and it's compliant. So I hope somebody out there would say, all right, Scott, how's it precise? I'll leave it to Elle. Anyway, so our product allows you to target only anonymous patients who are most likely to convert for your brand. And we do this with our patented AI technology. So custom patient targeting leverages real-world data and search data to ultimately drive optimal patient outcomes and minimize that waste. In the middle there, it's custom because our product takes your desired seed data set of DX codes and search keywords, combines it with our technology, and creates a new custom model. We view every single campaign as a new custom model and never take that bucket and one-size-fits-all approach. So each model is tailored specifically for that condition and the patient outcome goals that you're looking to drive. And the last thing on the right is being compliant in this day and age, right? Because our product, again, doesn't rely on any form of user-based targeting, we can ensure total compliance with all laws, policies, and guidelines in 2023. Slide. So diving into how it works, and it's really simple. These are the steps from left to right? So the first step is defining your custom seed data set. This includes inputs like ICD-10 codes, search keywords, first-party data if available, and more. Really anything that you have that is indicative of the condition and the patient outcome goals that, again, that you're looking to drive, right? So really this powerful and combined data set helps define who your custom model is looking to target in order to expand your prospective audience. So with this input, the product identifies and learns the patterns of how, when, and from where the anonymous opt-in devices identified in your seed browse the web. And then from there, we build out the custom model. Pretty simplistic, right? So our patented AI constantly analyzes hundreds of millions of anonymous digital journey patterns and learns the behavioral signals underlying any website visit. And then we extend those patterns to all websites. This is really where everything happens. So the model scores and it ranks every single potential impression on the internet and predicts the best possible impressions for your condition, right? And the last step is to take the model that it's scored and it's ranked the best possible impressions for your brand and apply it directly to your platform of choice. We've listed 4 or 5 here, I think. I can't even see it. But anyway, that's just an example, a snapshot, but there's more, right? And how this can be done in 2 different ways. One via API or a custom algorithm, and 2 being deal ID. So whenever we see a bid request that's predicted to be your patient, such as someone visiting a low-carb diet at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in San Diego, we're going to bid and purchase that impression. Slide. Boy, I feel like I'm preaching here. Anyhow. So, and now let's look at the first step and how it all works. It's just define your custom seed again. So as you can imagine, every good model begins with a good seed, right? And that's why for custom patient targeting, we always start with the ICD-10 codes for the condition that you're trying to reach. So our patient level data is very robust. On the RWD end, our model is informed from billions of transactions, 40 billion to be a little more precise, that cover 330 million lives, including medical claims, pharmacy claims, and payer data. On the payer data side, we have 98% available payer data out there, complete, right? So with our RWD partner, we're essentially giving our partners industry-leading patient-level data, which provides both quantity and quality to each model. But the most important thing for our partners typically are the ICD-10 codes for the condition that they're trying to reach. And we can certainly help you identify the best DX or PX codes in order to see your model. So looking at the example here, and we have OAB, we leverage the codes that are most predictive for reaching the patient suffering with overactive bladder. Slide. Told you to be fast. So with the best ICD-10 codes in your seed set, we add in the best search terms. Really the second key piece of the puzzle here, we use an anonymous patient opt-in panel data set, to gather valuable search data, right? So the panel allows us to see how patients search for drug names, symptoms, comorbidity, and more on the world's largest, most popular search engines. So when examining this data, we find it really highly predictive in reaching the right search intending patients. So looking at the same example here for patients suffering with OAB, we leverage the search terms that are most predictive with this pool of patients. Slide. All right. So ICD-10 codes, and pulling it back together, right, is one. So ICD-10 codes and search keywords, when used alone, have gaps. But when used in tandem or together, your custom model really becomes incredibly precise. Really where we like to say the magic happens. We build every single custom patient targeting model with both signals so we can produce the best possible campaign results for your individual brand. And our partners can certainly bring their own preferred set of DX, PX codes, search keywords, or as mentioned earlier, we can certainly provide high performance options for you. And if available, you also can layer on first party data here. So together, ICD-10 codes and search terms seed an AI-powered predictive model built just for your condition, targeting the right opportunities in order to reach your prospective patients. So that's a really long-winded way of saying yes. We use both RWD data and search keywords to really build a hyper-targeted audience customized for your individual brand and your brand alone. All right. Next slide, please. I can't. There we go. So it's always important to share a little success story. And here's, for this campaign, we actually partnered with Crossix to measure audience quality, or as an indicator if we're getting the right intended patient population, ultimately helping drive more prescriber inquiries, right? So the rare disease brand team executed the same campaign across custom patient targeting, condition-based targeting, and contextual. And by the end of the campaign, our partner saw 8 times lift in audience performance. So what does that mean for us? Really great stuff, or super stuff that allowed for additional budget dollars being directed our way for custom patient targeting, and more opportunities to work with on other brands. So with that said, we will consistently work with you on fine-tuning, measurement, campaign optimization once we have those clear established goals in the front end. Slide, please. All right, cool. So the getting started part, really easy, few simple steps, and 2 ways to activate, right? So on the API end, first you sign a targeting agreement which enables you to use custom patient targeting, or utilize deal IDs for ease of integration, a quicker way to activation, with the same audience quality, same API with a lot less paperwork. So what does that mean? With deal IDs, custom patient targeting just got a whole hell of a lot easier, right? So deal IDs offer a more seamless path to activation, as we previously needed to have that targeting agreement in place. So the forward-thinking clients who are seeing the best campaign results are establishing clear outcomes on the front end by leveraging this tactic on national campaigns or with limited target lists, and by working closely with their dedicated account team here at Dstillery on reporting, performance, audience and campaign optimization. And I think that's it. That's it. Told you to be quick. Everybody wants to get to their event.
Thanks, Scott. So,
Thanks, guys.
You did recognize your team who's here. Where
I
are
did.
you folks? Oh, there you
Yeah, you want to stand up, guys?
Yeah.
Elle and Michelle.
All right. And it rhymes, too. That's so easy.
Elle and Michelle.
You did it. Thanks, man.
Thanks, guys.
Very well done. And
Everybody enjoy the show.
yes, so grab Scott, Elle, Michelle, grab these guys if you have questions about what was presented. These guys are really moving the needle, and not just pharma, other areas too for brands, and you'll love it. So thanks for joining the fun here.